Hey Kiwi, and welcome back to a new episode of Hades 2. Here's our Arcana setup for the day. We are going to be doing our first ever run with the aspect of Nyyyyyx on the black coat. We are also going to give our good dog a good treat, because we haven't given any of our pets treats yet. Oh wait, no we did. I think we gave this one, yeah, we already gave one to Hecuba, but we're giving another one to Hecuba. More max magic, why not?
Can't get enough of those.
I figure I'm going to be using a lot of max magics just to use the Omega Dash from the aspect of Nyyyx's effect, so we'll see how that goes. We're going to be taking the Iridescent Fan to guarantee ourselves a Hera. We're going to be doing a 17 fear run on the overworld.
A fear awaits.
Here we go. I'll refresh your memory on how this aspect works in a second, but let's see what our Hera boon is first.
My husband Zeus and I have spirited debates regarding how you may ensure our victory. He is too proud to seek your help here on our mountaintop, whilst I would welcome it with open arms. So, come along.
Alright, let's see, and we get nothing too crazy great, but honestly, I figured her dash would be a really fun boon here, so I'm going to go ahead and just rarefy her dash and rock it, because now we're going to apply Hitch to everything we run by, and that means we're going to be spreading damage to them as we explode them with our Omega Dash. Not to mention, it looks like our Omega Dash comboed with her...
stops to cast that dreaded lure again.
Our Omega Dash comboed with the Hera Dash actually seems to one-shot the things in the first area, which is pretty cool. I won't complain too much about that. Selene isn't bad here either. Definitely not my favorite of my options of possible gods here, but frankly, like, wow, okay, this is actually kind of nice. This is actually kind of nice. I'm just running through enemies and watching them burst. Okay, I'm gonna have fun with this run. We could probably make it a Hera Dash only run, but kind of in the same way that I decided not to do it with Supai, I'm not going to do just a dash only run just yet.
I never thought I would pay witness to what you achieved using the Oath of the Unseen. The Titan Kronos and monstrous Typhon each laid low. Your rivals all surpassed. You are the terror in the night, not they.
Spooky. Alright, Wolf Howl would be pretty fun to just like bash about as I run, so sure, we'll take that.
Your foes shall shudder.
Alright, so as a reminder of how this aspect weapon works, Kiwi, by holding our dash, we charge up an Omega Dash, and it does a big AoE explosion when we get near an enemy to trigger it. And then afterwards, it does a whole, it enhances our attack and special by making them hit twice, basically. So all in all sounds very strong. We're gonna go for the hammer starting off. Never a wrong choice for a hammer here. But see, now I use my attack and my special, and they have the attack, for example, splits into two separate little punches in front of me here. I'll trigger there we go. So see, I have a bunch of attacks in front of me twice instead of once. And same goes for the missiles. I think they call them night spawns here, which is just a nifty little thing. Doesn't look like we reapply the dash on hitting an enemy more than once, but that's fine. We can definitely melt them. Unfortunately, I am still kind of getting a sense of how this weapon works. It doesn't look like our dash attack applies the Omega Dash if I try to use it too early. Sudden Salvo locks on faster. I'm not using my Omegas for this one. This weapon doesn't really benefit Omegas because it wants you to use the Night Spawns only activate with your attack and your special, not your Omegas. So whenever your attack you strike foes, your special has a 25% chance to fire automatically. That's actually pretty great for us. Although Rapid Frame, I'm going to take because it's a prophecy, and it's pretty decent with this build too, I imagine. Alright, let's take our bonus room. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of stuff happening all at once. Not a fan of that. I know I don't need to use my Omega special, doesn't mean I can't. Let's finish off with the Wolf Howl, and easy peasy. That was a very alarming room on first pass, but unfortunately, only the dash to upgrade here. Not the worst thing in the world, but certainly not going to scale as well as other potential boons. I feel like, from what I was reading, Static Shock is seriously strong on this build, but I'm not going to complain about Hestia or Poseidon here. It would make sense that Poseidon would be pretty good on this weapon, I imagine, because, again, rapid fire damage always does well with these sort of weapons that hit really fast, and since we're hitting twice with every attack, I imagine we're applying a splash effect from Poseidon every 2 attacks, too. Alright, definitely getting a little bit tankier. I certainly won't complain about some early Centaur hearts here. Really hurting for boons, so I should probably start hunting for my second god. I'll try and hold out for Zeus. I'll use his keepsake on the second floor because I do want to see how Static Shock plays with this build. I bet kind of in the same way that I think Poseidon's attack will be really strong here, I bet Zeus's Static Shock effect will also be absolutely busted. So we'll definitely hunt for that a little bit if we can. And another Palm level on Nexus Rush because we got that Nectar. Not going to complain about that at all. Alright, so what are we going to talk about today? I guess I can kind of recap on something that I just finished doing. So it probably, knowing how things are going to time out, will be already uploaded to the channel by time this episode comes out. But I have been working... Oh, sorry, I cut off your delightful poetry. Sorry, Medea. I'm just going to break this real quick and then we can talk.
One always could see plain your talent, sorceress. But truth be told, I thought your heart would be a liability. Perhaps, however, I was wrong in that.
I'm thankful for your faith in me. My heart is never so assertive that it would lead me astray. Or so I tell myself anyway.
And even if it does, we have so many other hearts we can use instead. I mean, this run alone, we got like 3 of them if we count the one she just put over her head.
Not to mention, Lord Hypno still is slumbering in the crossroads. I tried dream vapors on him to no avail. Can you think of anything more potent, perhaps?
We very well may be getting some Hypnos progress here, which I'm very excited about.
Well, I can think of how to make dream vapors more potent, sorcerers. They practically could rouse the dead. As for that dormant son of Nyyyyyx, who knows? But little harm in trying.
Are we about to make Hypnos Medea's next test subject? Okay.
Thank you, Lady Medea.
Oh, End to Dearest Slumber. Okay, new incantation, exciting. After a foe joins the encounter, it randomly takes a whole lot of damage, or range shots move a lot slower. Neither of these are exciting, but suffering on sight is kind of funny, so let's take it.
There you have it.
No, enemies have a random chance of 1 to 999 damage on entry. Combo that with some silly Hera boons that we'll inevitably get in the future, and I think we're pretty well set. So why don't we go ahead and take... We'll take these 2 Poseidon boons, I think, and then we'll lock in the last as Hera. Oops, did not mean to look at the bat. So I have been working on a new animation, and I use the term animation lightly as all things considered, it only has a couple frames to it, but still, it is animated. And if nothing else, it is good drawing practice, since it's not something that, again, this is one of those skills that I really do not have a lot of experience with or a lot of training. I have largely been into the biological and computer sciences, I suppose. And so I don't have a lot of background in the artsy side of things. I was not necessarily deterred from doing so, but you know how it is as a kid growing up. The emphasis on STEM over creativity and art is always there, ever present, and certainly parental expectations around what will earn me a living didn't help the situation.
There's my crusty elder brother. Is his home redecoration going well? Hades and I, we never used to talk too much since he moved underneath the earth. But now's the time for us to change all that.
Krusty's the Hades, the crusty older brother. Can we call him Krusties every now and again instead of Daddies? Or Daddy Darkness? Ooh, max level or epic tier attack is phenomenal for us. We're gladly gonna take that. Thank you, Popo.
He'll drown.
Oh yeah, our friend heard me call him Uncle Popo for the first time ever, and she was blown away by that nomenclature and is very happy to employ it on her own devices down the road. She was very amused. Well, far be it from me not to amuse someone. Speaking of which, so again, only a couple frames, but still, it tells the story I wanted to tell. I have finally brought to fruition the random dream that I had one night of inspiration of the baking bad puns. Basically, I had just a brainchild of. Have you ever thought about how Heisenberg sounds kind of like Heidelberg, that brand, that like ritzy brand of still grocery store tier bread? And I just kind of leaned into it and decided, you know what, we're gonna make a play on that. And then in the process of starting to like come up with how to do that, I also realized, hey, you know what? He says you're goddamn right, or you're goddamn right, right? And right sounds like rye, and that is kind of the end of it. I just was like, you know what? I need to make this happen because I don't think it exists online, and if it does, it's buried in the annals of YouTube, which makes it near impossible to find because my gosh, YouTube has made it really difficult to find anything you're looking for if it doesn't have a good number of views on it. They've really gotten hard. they're somehow simultaneously really optimized and terribly optimized for finding anything on their platform. I don't know how to explain it, but I have my frustrations about it clearly. But yeah, this is exactly what I expected it to be. We already got Froth on our attack. Poseidon didn't hold out on us this time. Let's see. Engagement Ring, Dying Wish, Hereditary Bane. Honestly, Hereditary Bane sounds really good here. We're getting a lot of epic tier boons, actually. I'm not gonna complain about it, I'm just surprised. Been very generous with the RNG so far. But yeah, it was just one of those things, just like the GameCube intro with Josh Drive Hayes. I just had all of my craziest ideas happen as either dreams or in the middle of the night. My brain is just like, you're not gonna sleep, you're gonna script something or come up with something. I mean, our Lorenz, half of our Lorenz shit posts are all about that too. All right, let's go see how quickly we melt the Cyclops with not many boons to our name, but certainly some good base damage, some very high rolls overall, and another Poseidon to seal the deal, and another HP up.
I trust your boatman there appreciates that the smooth sailing he's experienced in his mercantile routes is no coincidence at all.
Yeah, Hermes has been helping with the wins. All right, let's see. None of these are super what I want. Title gain isn't bad, I guess. I don't feel super excited about it. C-Star early on is pretty funny though. Honestly, why don't we take C-Star? It's not the best boon here, but it's funny and that's good enough because we love C-Star shenanigans.
Oh, great.
Oh, I quite like it here. As much as I've enjoyed experimenting in my little corner of the city, a bit of the outdoors is giving me some benefit, I think.
If only I could say the same for your various toxins, venoms, poisons, and such, Lady Medea. Doesn't the Will of Night forbid the use of certain substances?
Medea gets forbidden from nothing. Medea writes the rules here, Mel.
Is that so? Perhaps I'm not entirely caught up on all the latest bylaws, but you have bigger problems here than a bit of sour blood. Oh, Cyclops.
She's like, don't you pull the law on me. I am the law. All right, we are actually, you know what? We are reliably applying origination now, which is quite nice here. Let's tag him with the Omega Special and see how much and of course we phase him, darn. Oh, well, I gotta dodge that. Here, we're gonna just use this for iframes. All right, there. I feel like we do a lot of damage, but I can't tell because I'm too busy trying to not die and failing. Classic problem of the Jeff. All right, up you go, and up I go. Up. I was too slow. I definitely have iframes while I'm traveling. I'm pretty sure, at least. But not much I can do if I fail on a fundamental level there. Oh, I thought I had the. Oh right, okay. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to interpret certain the sigil next to our mana bar. The way it worked for Persephone and how it works here is very different. I definitely feel like this weapon takes a little bit of learning. But I definitely think it's a fun one, and it's not terribly unforgiving to play well. Like, I can absolutely see this weapon scaling into a really kind of...
4 sheep. 5.
Look at our Cyclops, he can count to 5. I definitely foresee this weapon being pretty strong. I just kind of have to get used to how it works. And certainly as we rank it up and get more damage on the Nightshades, it's going to be even more busted, I bet. Path of Stars we will take, and a Centaur Heart we will take, for sure. Alright, let's lock in Zeus and see if we can get Static Shock going on this build, because I think that's going to be really funny comboed with the Poseidon, the splashes from Poseidon. I feel like there may be an attack boon that splits our attack as well. I wonder if it's available on this weapon. I might be misremembering it. I know there are a couple hammers like that on other weapons, but I'm pretty sure there's one on the Black Coat. I don't know, we'll see. Our lack of magic regen will hurt us here a little bit just because we won't be able to reliably restore all of our magic in the process of these consistent, like same encounter or same environment. Or I guess it's called, the term they use is location, I believe. All of these fights happen on one ship, so I can use up my magic very quickly if I'm not careful. That's part of the reason I brought Hecuba. I was worried I was going to burn through magic really quick.
You are truly one of us, Melinoi. I saw how mightily you fought with my own eyes. Even in the face of Typhon's savagery, your father surely would have been as proud as I.
Alrighty. Static Shock. Definitely on the weaker side, but I guess rarefying it only gives it 5 damage, so we'll take it.
Electric.
And what have we got? Okay, iron. Cool. But yeah, this recent animation project has been an excellent learning opportunity for me, even if it's not necessarily the most perfect, like, visual masterpiece of what I want it to be. I think I learned a lot in the process. I definitely, it's probably the smoothest any sort of artwork project, especially animation project, has gone, especially in retrospect on how much effort. Where is this thing? Oh, okay. I thought we had one left. Especially in consideration of how much all the hiccups I've had with the past Lorenz posts. It really is one of those situations where I can really start to appreciate all of the things that I'm slowly adding to my repertoire of understanding both the software that I can use and just how things work on a fundamental level. And I think right now the biggest area of weakness that I have in animation is understanding how many frames I need between keyframes to make things flow fluidly. That's part of the reason why I think this animation that presumably again has been uploaded prior to this episode, well before this episode, frankly, it feels pretty jagged, I guess, around the edges is how I would describe it, for lack of a better way of describing it. Just because like I don't have a good understanding of the timing of frames relative to each other, like how many frames have to be between the shifting of a smile or the, I don't know, the movement of an arm for it to look natural and like appropriately paced. And I think that's just something that kind of comes with practice and experience. So the only way I'm going to figure that out is by doing more animation, and I very much intend to. I already have a bunch of plans. Right now, probably my next animation plan that I can think of, what was it going to be? Oh, right, I have a silly animation with the King of All Cosmos from Katamari lined up ahead, I think, is going to be my next really, like, involved project. Basically, I don't know when it'll happen, but when you next see Katamari getting uploaded on the channel again, look forward to the start of that episode. It's going to be wild. Let's see, what do I want to build around? Hex deals more damage in an area. Inflicts my Rush Boon effect. Okay, that makes sense. We're running a Rush Boon build. Let's go that route for now. I assume, I forget which god gives Godsent on this, but may as well go that route. Let's see, do I want... I think I'll just go for this for now because it's funny. Again, I feel like at this point we're just going for whatever is funniest. Palm on the attack isn't bad, but it's only going to give us, I think, 5 damage. I think I'll take the coin and hold out. I want to get as many. I think I want to just stack boons at this point. It's definitely pretty. It's pretty reliably easy to get our hex charged up because we burn through magic so fast, just charging up the Omega dash.
You shouldn't have crossed me. In the name of Hades.
Alright, Hermes travel deal is all. Nitro Boost makes a lot of sense for this build if you think about it, because your sprint is 15% faster, but you get a damage reduction or a damage blocking shield. But both travel deal and nimble limbs are very appealing here to me, especially because the faster I attack, the more splash I'm going to do. Travel deal is objectively the best here, I think, but nimble limbs is funnier. So again, just keeping the theme going, we're just going to focus on the funniest options available. Now let's get a little bit tankier in a free chamber too. Not going to complain about that whatsoever.
Thank the fates.
I guess I can make a minor whine about the... Oh, hi there. I can make a minor whining sound about how I'd like to have another god. Or another couple god boons before Eris, but we're probably as stacked as we need to be for a relatively easy Eris. And we're getting Cersei, so can't complain about that. Here comes a bad improvised rap battle.
Golden dust and myrtle leaf, cap of mushroom, skin of snake, lemon juice and sand of lake.
Got a milkshake? I will take.
Powdered sage, salt of mountain, ripe of age.
Best combat in RuneScape is, of course, Mage.
Claw of cat, heat it, stir it, that is that.
Have a steak, trim the fat. There we go. At ease, piggies indeed. Hi, Cersei.
I've been thinking, Poppet, if that skiller has been posing problems for you during your descent, perchance I can be of some benefit. But I require something first. A special pearl.
I have a lot of pearls.
Truly, I happen to have more than a few pearls from her here, so take your pick. Although, first tell me more of what you have in mind.
Oh, none of these shall do. One must be taken from her with particular intent under a dark and fearful night to drown her ambitions as a siren would a sailor. Can you do that for me?
I bet I can.
Perhaps, but what shall become of Scylla if I do? She's hindered me, but does provide some entertainment for the shades of Oceanus, at least.
Assuming they're not dying a horrible death while by being drowned, I guess. Or I guess, does Mill have any care for the mortals of this world? She seems more interested in the underworld, I suppose.
She shall no longer pose a threat. Whilst the influence of night is strong, claim one of Scylla's precious pearls and declare, may your ambitions drown. Consider it at least.
This sounds...
Our ambitions drown.
Sounds like we're getting some interesting incantations of sorts, I suppose. Alright. Faster would be really funny with this build, but I mean, Hex dealing 30% more damage and a prophecy, I'm not going to say no to that since we're using our Hex fairly often.
Protect you.
Who is our lady?
Get it, Hecuba.
Hecate? Maybe it's Hecuba. Hecuba's a good dog.
It's too much of a mess.
I can help you clean. I have no judgment about that.
Carry on.
One day. One day, perhaps. These suction enemies really throw me off when I'm just walking into a room and just see an entire, just all of the animation going at once. I need to be faster at wolf howling so I can use it as for its iframes, because otherwise its iframes are really unreliable, it seems. Hestia as our next god is really not bad here. I'll be happy with Hestia as 4th god, especially if we can get Steam this time going on. I definitely could see this being a dash only, a really good. It's weird how the black coat is kind of not just the best dash only run coat because of aspect of well, oh wait, what am I saying? Supai is not a black coat, but between aspect of Nyyyx and aspect of Mel, we have some pretty solid options for dash only runs on the black coat.
You had a bad run-in with that wretched Eris on your way here, eh? Just great to know that Strife herself is up against us now. And got her grubby little fingers on my rail of adamant. I ought to have kept the thing.
I agree, Hestia. I would have loved to see you running around shotgunning enemies. That would have been really funny. Smoldering max level is great. Cardio gain is actually really good here because since we're attacking so fast and hitting with so many things, we would gain a lot of magic, but I'm kind of enjoying this high of just non-stop epic tier offerings. So in lieu of Poseidon, I don't want. Zeus is okay. Hera's is meh, and yeah, no, I'm gonna take the Smoldering. This is gonna give us a lot of damage.
Fired up.
All right, on to Eris. Making pretty solid time, I think. Certainly not running into any issues with Vow of Time.
Olympus, I accept this message.
All right, Zeusy, what you got? Electric Overload, and another like epic tier boon, and it's the one that we wanted the most. It makes our chain lightning even stronger. Sure, okay, thanks. But why? Why are we being spooned so hard? Do I buy this Palm? It's either Palm or HP. I think we're good on HP, especially going into Eris. We're not doing Vow of Rivals Eris, not to mention, so I think I take the Palm here. Hope it hits something fun. Electric Overload. Okay, sure, 40% more damage on chain lightning. Why the heck not?
That was good.
Hi, babe.
Hi.
You look like Nyyyx. That's still the black coat thing you're wearing, isn't it? Except you did something.
I'm even more Nyx flavored than before.
This is Nyx's own aspect of Cassynth, which deemed me worthy to be its bearer. Perhaps so I could discipline you in your mother's stead.
Discipline me? Babe, I used to fight with Nyx all the time, but not like this. This is way better. Come on, Mother, give me the best you've got.
I'm sorry, but only Daddy's here, and he's going to give you a I'm gonna stop now. I'm so sorry, Kiwi. Oh gosh.
I hate dogs.
No, you must love dogs. Of course, the aspect of Strife itself would hate dogs. How lame.
Got something for you.
I definitely feel like our damage is good. I just can't really fully assess. Oh right, we still don't have magic gain. Oops. Probably should work on that. Yeah, I could imagine if we got Blitz on the special, comboed that with a with the attack speed up on our attack that we've gotten so far, and then just the hammer that makes us randomly fire extra missiles would be absolutely busted here. Fortunately, without a magic gain boon, not much we can do other than punch the heck out of her, which is objectively more than enough. Apparently, oh, Hecuba gave us more magic. Let's pop her with another dash then. Boom.
For the both of us.
Just gonna charge this up, and then we're gonna run right at her, and enough. Whack and smack.
How could you do this to me, babe?
Daddy's heading upstairs. See you later.
Got it.
Alrighty, we're never gonna say this. We're never gonna speak of this moment, Kiwi. I'm uncomfortable, and I think you are too. Anyway, so yeah, so I'm planning on animating something about the King of All Cosmos as an intro to, as part of a cold open, or sort of a not cold open. You'll see when it happens, Kiwi. Kiwi of the present already knows what's gonna happen. Kiwi of the future gets to enjoy the reality of what I create when it happens, though. So both of us get to enjoy that. Poseidon, Hestia. Who do I want here? Let me assess the great big book of everything and decide, am I actually reasonably set up for any fun duos? Let's see. Zeus and... forget what Zeus and Hestia does. Killer Current. Okay, Killer Current would be cool if we had... I was about to say Broth. I meant to say Blitz. I combined Blitz with Froth, so that was great. Thermal Dynamics. Your Blitz effects also inflict Scorch, so okay, that would be pretty solid if we had any Blitz Affliction, which we don't. We definitely want Zeus on the special if we can get it. Rushing into foes with Blitz immediately activates the effect and makes it stronger. Okay, that would also kind of synergize with us, but we just don't have an Aphrodite boon to make it work. And then if we're looking at Hestia, your duo with Popo is Scalding Vapor, which we are set up for. Okay. So I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to lock in Hestia, I think. Arguably, I want Zeus the most, but I think Hestia works really well here. I've already forgotten who our fourth god is. Oh, right, it was Hera. It was Hera, of course. Or Experimental Hammer to roll for a good... There are a fair number of hammers I think would be good on the black coat here. Let's do Hestia. Let's see if we can actually get her duo this time. Fortunately, I can't afford that mystery boom, but let's see if I kill some random enemies out here. Nope, never mind, no options whatsoever. All right, fair enough. We should see Hestia fairly early on, knowing how Olympus likes to play here. Usually we're offered a major boon in the first set of chambers. Actually, Olympus really likes to give mostly major boons, I've noticed, or major rewards, I've found. We'll see. Immediately proven wrong? Nope, there's Hestia. All right, hi Hestia.
Going up.
And these goats are gonna get splat. Anyway, so yeah, so that's the animation project that I have in the immediate future. The big animation project that I think is going to be kind of the final test of what I've learned and what I want to eventually accomplish is an animation of my female fighter, specifically my female Nen Master from Dungeon Fighter. I have a headcanon kind of picture of what that scene is going to be. It's the classic kind of going from resting pose to leaping strike into kind of a falling angled punch into I think I'm gonna do Sandbert from Smash, the sandbag with the eyes as like her target. All right, cardio gain or pyrotechnique. I might just take cardio gain, honestly, and we can rarefy it. I'm gonna get so much magic out of that. Oh, I will never run out of magic again between this and especially with Hecuba. Let's go ahead and grab our second hammer, and hopefully we get something really fun for our build here. But yeah, so basically the idea is I have my Nen Master kind of in a meditative cross-legged like sitting cross-legged pose. And I want to kind of try a parallax sort of layered background scroll where you have different trees moving at different speeds as you're kind of rotating the camera around her sitting position from a distance. I have the idea, okay, let's see, Furious Rockets, your specials launch and fly 80% faster, no. More damage to armors and bad attacks have 10 power and deal more damage in AoE. I think that's great for our build since we are kind of great with our attack as it is. And there's a Hermes. I don't need more max magic at this point. Cardio gain should keep us very well stocked, so Hermes it is. I suppose I should start using some of these rerolls now that I think about it, so I'll have to keep that in mind going forward. Gotta be careful. Going into these clouded areas against armored enemies is kind of terrifying because you can't see what attack they're charging up either. Anyway, so that's kind of my initial thought, is kind of just a panning shot of my Nen Master meditating while the camera kind of slowly zooms in on her. Like each time you pass a tree, you get a little bit closer to the character, is my idea right now. That on its own will be a big challenge for me because I've never done anything layered and with parallax scrolling like that before. If parallax scrolling is the correct term to use, I think it is. Mega moves faster is useless. Quick buck will take, sure. Or I have 10 rerolls. Let's reroll here. Mean Streak, Nitro Boost, yeah, Nitro Boost. Just synergizes with this build so much. One boon of Hermes, sure, we'll take that. And then mini boss Popo, I probably roll and hope for Zeus here, or Hestia.
Should work.
And Zeus it is, okay. Decent chance of getting something we want here.
Perhaps I'll knock some sense into you yet. The vow of shadow took effect, I see.
Oof, a lot of damage there. A lot more damage there. I could probably do better about dodging this in hindsight. We can both go zooming around here. This is fine. I'm just gonna use this immediately. Oh, okay. Didn't know you could throw behind yourself like that. It probably got clipped on the corner. Unfortunately, it did take a lot of damage here, but I'm still kind of getting a feel for how this weapon works. I think there's a way to kind of... There's a correct distance to keep from enemies to land my attack, but also have some better breathing room. I'm not respecting that at all. Special, okay, special is objectively fantastic for us. Now we can get blitz on enemies. I just don't have a reliable way of applying blitz rapidly, which is the one downside. Palm here is going to be spread too thin, so I'll take the HP. Probably could have rolled for a boon there, but it is fine. Major. We definitely have the damage we need, and I'm just prone to face tanking, so getting a little tankier here is not a problem. And we're immediately unpunished by just getting that too. So the fountain chamber. We need bones more than we need ash. Anyway, so from the I've had the idea of kind of writing some silly things on the trees. This morning, actually, even I had the idea of I could write a quote that I tease Kiwi about regularly. Was very early on in our relationship. We went out for a walk on the campus grounds of our grad school, and she just out of nowhere just looked at a tree. We were so cozy. She looked at a tree and just goes, "I like trees." And I always tease her about it because it was just one of those like very pure, genuine expressions of just, this is a thing that makes my brain happy. And I mean, I do the same thing to her all the time. Every time we are both very well aware of the face I make every time I see a dog in the horizon, or not even in the horizon. At any point where I see a dog, I am a happy camper, I suppose. I don't know. It's just it's a funny, consistent sort of thing. So like, I am not one to judge. I am a simple creature who is simply pleased by the sights of dogs and tacos and a number of other simple things. Greenery, not least of which is definitely up there. So I like trees too, Kiwi, is really the long story short of that ramble. But yeah, more on that in a second.
I must apologize about your confrontation with the particularly large and dangerous automaton called Talos. It detects traces of the underworld on you, and well...
It get angy. It get big angy. Fixing my mic a little bit. Hopefully that doesn't affect audio quality. I just noticed my puff guard was basically against the microphone. Probably wasn't doing anything.
Creation, and Lord Hephaestus should be proud. Though the methods by which his automatons detect threats could probably use a comprehensive rework.
I shall be certain to relay the suggestion. Unfortunately, Lord Hephaestus prioritized a self-repairing system in Talos over threat detection, so it may continue to be an issue for now.
That's fine. He's not the worst boss, honestly. Phalanx shot for your specials, divine dash, mental block. I think, honestly, I mean, it has to be divine dash, right? Considering, like, it's only the initial dash, it's not the sprint. So it's the dash, not the sprint. I guess that was a misunderstanding on my part. I think let's roll this room and see if we get a boon. One more? All right, HP is pretty tempting. I'll take it. I don't really need much more HP. And there's, with Poseidon in our boon pool, or with Poseidon as one of our core gods, there's a decent chance we see water fitness. If we get water fitness, I won't need any more HP than I have right now because I will get so much more. I already have so many water boons. Only from Poseidon, right? Because Hestia doesn't give water boons, Zeus doesn't give water boons, Hera does not give water boons, so yeah, it's basically exclusively Poseidon who's giving us the water buffs. But even if we only have 2, that's still 30 HP from water fitness, it's pretty busted. Completely. I'm not very good at aiming Wolf Howl. I should probably prioritize, if I get another Path of Stars, I should prioritize getting a range up on it.
Good.
Alright, where are we to next? There's another Zeus. Never gonna say no to another Zeus. I think what I do is I just start by casting Hitch on everything in the room, and then I worry about punching everything and just watch them melt between the Hitch spread and the, yeah, gosh, I have so much AoE once everything has Hitch applied, but especially even before then, frankly, just between Static Shock, the splash effects, and and the hitch damage, plus I drop a cast and now they're burning too. Like, I have so much damage. It's a lot of chip damage, which works really well for a Froth build, so hopefully we find ourselves getting Steam soon. But once again, there's a decent chance that Hestia just completely scorns us. And Poseidon is guilty too, I suppose. Either of them could offer the duo. Anyway, I had the idea of just writing on one of the trees.
We are as one big family upon Olympus, and we pride and celebrate our differences. So many varying perspectives to account for at all times. Although Poseidon here, we always manage to see eye to eye, don't we?
No, you don't. That's very clearly not been the case. Although I will say Sea Storm and Hades 1 was objectively one of the best duos out there if you had the build for it.
Oh, that we do, most certainly, brother. I'll always right away, and there are some occasions when I might decide elsewise if it was solely up to me, but even still, you always have your head up in the clouds where smart ideas form.
And Poseidon has his head down under the water where he's slowly drowning. What? Poseidon wouldn't drown. Killer current and thermal dynamics. All right. So we got air quality, which literally doesn't matter here. Actually, I guess it would affect static shock still, right? Yeah. I'm not convinced it would. Air quality is a bit of a scam if your base damage is too high. So Blitz inflicts Scorch, or Lightning does more damage to Froth afflicted foes. I don't think that affects Chain. Oh, it's Chain Lightning has lightning in the name. Really don't actually know, but I think Killer Current is the way to go here, so we're gonna take Killer Current.
I grow strong.
And then we've got our end shop. We'll go for that. I don't need more HP when there's a boon I could get instead.
Look to my light nearby.
Let me help
All right, Kiwi, place your bets. Do we see Hestia's duo with Poseidon this run? We tried for it last run and weren't so lucky. There's or was the last run? Yeah, I don't remember. I can't remember. Everything blends together so quickly in this game, or in my life in general. We do get Incandescent Aura. Whenever you restore magic during encounters, damage all hitch-afflicted foes for 500% of the damage of the magic regenerated. Well, it wasn't the duo I was planning around, but this is an insanely powerful duo with the right magic regen boons. And cardio gain is not a bad option. I just don't think I can burn magic fast enough to make this effective. But you know what? We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. We'll see how it goes. I think I'll skip the palm here. I'll save my coin for the final shop. Hi, Prometheus. Sorry your boyfriend isn't here.
Titan. So what do we say we make this quick, lest you impede the will of night?
The will of night, is it? Demanding Typhon's sacrifice. Is that what you're after? Scaling this mountain again and again?
Not necessarily just Typhon's sacrifice. All enemies of the underworld shall have their punishment. Even you, if you dare keep this up.
I mean, did you see what we did to Eris?
I am no stranger to the punishment of gods. It did not deter me then, nor shall it now, or evermore.
Well, maybe not a god, but what about a king? Alright, so we just focus on dodging and then punching and getting our dash attack on, drop a cast, and if I see there's some damage coming my way, I will foul through it. Should probably, yeah, I'm gonna take experimental hammer onto the next floor so I can potentially get the 2, 2, 1. So I can potentially get the hammer that would really synergize well with this to auto cast our specials. There's a decent chance I don't see it. I mean, it's like a 1 in 9 chance that I get what I want, but if I do get it, it'll be pretty great. That was a lucky time dodge. I did not expect that to come out the way it did. I definitely think our damage is decent. 2, 1, 2, 3, 2. He's really good at giving us these patterns that's just alternating 1s and 3s with 2. Makes it a lot easier for me, who is very prone to forgetting what I'm dealing with, so I'm not going to complain too heavily about that situation. Actually, I'm quite thankful for it, if anything. Yeah, I'd say our damage is okay. It's definitely not busted, but it is fun to see just so many numbers come out all at once. Probably shouldn't have ran right through the Ring of Fire, but it's fine. We'll heal up back to full by the end of this.
Defeats of mine before. Every last one of them, in point of fact.
Oh, see you for the next one. Probably not, my friend. We're at the point in the game where you're not really a threat the way you used to be. Used to be terrified of this boss, no joke. I'm just glad I figured out a system that really helps me remember where his fires are coming from, and as long as I don't get distracted from that, I'm pretty consistent now. It is a bit embarrassing how bad my short-term memory is, though. All right, what do we get? Counter barrage. I think that requires us to use our Omega attack, which doesn't sound incredible for us. Where are we? After blocking with your Omega attack, your special auto fires 5 shots, reloading in 3 seconds. Okay, so that's kind of okay, but not really that impressive. And nothing here I want. We've got almost 300. Bye. We've got almost 300 HP. I don't think I need to go out of my way for more HP. I'll take it if it's the best option on table, but I'll probably re-roll it if not, because we have 6 re-rolls still. We should definitely be using them.
To all our family, welcome.
I figured I would be using more re-rolls than I have this run, considering I've just been getting purple boon after purple boon, you know? It's been a weird run. Very good RNG run, mind you, I think. This is a very scary place to be running face first into enemies with my dash, I have to admit. So I have to be mindful of that. I definitely think this sort of build would benefit from a Hephaestus, probably. Because you could get a trusty shield and security system and be way safer on entry into a room. Alright, Hermes, what have you got? Success rate would increase C-star, which would be fun. I don't think we have much else that it benefits, though. AC retreat would give us dodge chance, and stutter step would be cool, but meh. I think we take AC retreat just for the survivability. Not that we really need it, but all right, let's roll here, see what god we get. Poseidon, yeah, let's take Poseidon. This could, in theory, get us our duos that we're looking for, so I'm gonna take this. This is fine. Just melt them. I frame through that and go back to punching, drop a cast, punch, punch. I'm learning this guy's pattern so he doesn't hit me nearly as often as he used to. Yeah, I'd say our damage is very solid. It's just, it's not crazy. It's just solid. All right. Yeah, I feel like this weapon, maybe with a couple, maybe the downside is we just don't have the Knight spawn fully ranked up. It's only doing 15% extra damage, so it's not that amazing yet. Omega Cast, Hydraulic Might, High Surf. We did have the duo potential for with Hestia, Scalding Vapor. There we go. All right, so if foes with Froth are struck with by fire effects from Hestia, they are engulfed in steam, which does 20 extra damage every 0.2 seconds. Last 2 seconds additional. Okay, cool. That's gonna be a lot of extra damage on top of everything else we've already done. So anyway, more on the kind of idea the vision I have for my project. Oh, hi there. I really did not see that because it was like right on top of the monster. Unfortunate. Anyway, so after that, my idea is, so we pan around trees. The trees have little messages written on them. I was going to say I wanted to quote Kiwi and have one of them say, "I like trees, Kiwi 2017," and another one with just like our initials or our names on the tree. I think would be really cute. And then after that, we zoom in on like a face shot of my Nen Master. She opens her eyes, and we have the usual Sans Undertale kind of glowing blue eye because her energy is all blue colored. Well, a mixture of orange and blue, so I figure blue eye, just kind of, why not? I've always been a fan of just like the open eye with flames or electricity coming from them, so why not try and replicate an aesthetic that I'm already a big fan of. Do I need any more boons at this point? Selene honestly sounds more fun, so I'm going to take Selene here. I'm just going to be very disrespectful and grab this real quick. Don't mind me, Sir I. Surprise! Your eyes are on fire. Anyway, so so she opens her eyes, it's glowing, she leaps into the air, and we see kind of just like a residual lightning bolt. The character is gone and it's just a lightning bolt. Maybe I'll do kind of like a impact frame of sorts where the screen turns black and it's just the blue colored lightning bolt as she leaps into the air. Don't have a full vision on this bit just yet, I guess. From there, then it is just a matter of we see her kind of falling from the sky downwards at an angle with a reeling up like pulling up a punch to land, and then it zooms into Sandbert, the little emotive Sandbag from Smash, just looking very panicked and threatened. And then, of course, she lands the punch, and then I really want to try and have an impact frame that does her... She has these moves called Lions and Tiger's Roar. Lion's Roar, Tiger's Roar, respectively. Or no, it's Lion's Roar and Lion's Grand Roar are two different moves she has in the game. But basically, it's just a big shout that kind of makes this cool blue and black tiger appear above her head, while it does a big AoE splash damage in the against enemies in the area. But I figure I can use that image as an impact frame, and I bet it would look really cool, just the screen flashing black for a second with the blue tiger above the impact frame. I also had like little other subtle details. The Nen Master, the female Nen Master, has a like a lotus aesthetic to her of sorts, a orange lotus aesthetic, and one of her passives is
Typhon in the eye for me, all right?
Will do. It is kind of a aesthetic of flower petals. One of her passives is basically a shield of Nen flower petals that blocks incoming damage once every set amount of time. And I figured those flower petals could be kind of floating around in the initial panning shot alongside all of the what was it? Alongside all of the like tree leaves when the trees are panning around. I figure that would look really cool. And I do kind of want, so specifically the move I'm going to have her replicate for the punch is called Dragon's Fury, where she basically engulfs herself in a giant dragon's head and drops from the sky downwards with a punch. And I want to try and replicate that. I'm using, of course, I think probably the best references I have are, one, the female grappler. Her third awakening from DFO actually has kind of the angle I'm aiming for as far as the kind of downwards punch movement goes. And then beyond that, I was going to use a lot of reference art from Hero Aka, because My Hero Academia, the main character fights a lot by just like melee. The main character is a melee fighter, is what I'm trying to say. So there are a lot of really good shots of him pulling back for big punches to deliver. So I figured Hero Aka would be an exceptional reference source, and I already found a couple references that I think would work really well for that, between All Might, kind of the big Superman character of this series,
Show your face again, Typhon.
and our main character,
Now hit him hard.
Deku, who's kind of like the apprentice to the Superman character who inherits his powers effectively. I really like all the numbers we're just popping on this guy. All right, I have confirmed we have iframes on the, not on the rise, but on the falling down animation and kind of the initial startup afterwards. But we are melting him. There's no doubt about it. We are melting him. It feels weaker relative to some of the other crazier builds that we have had, and that's concerning considering how fast we are melting him, I suppose. Just can dodge his, completely bait out and dodge his chin slam like this. I was almost gonna pat myself on the back for dodging everything there. Unfortunately, not the case. We're fine. He's just about to die. Oh, no. Ooh, I can't believe I dodged that. That was close. Just barely dodged. These are a whole lot of just barely dodged that situations. I'm gonna take a hit there. I just timed my dash wrong. Okay, he should be just about dead. I am starting to get a little nervous because we are one good hit away from, or I guess we're two good hits away from death. So why won't he die? Oh, okay, there we go. Knock knock, who's there? Back to the abyss. No, you're supposed to say back to the abyss who? Good try, buddy. But yeah, so panning shot of leaves, jump up with lightning bolt, come crashing down with reeled back punch, Dragon Fury style.
This is our mountain.
Have Sandbird panic, and then big Nen explosion with an impact frame of Tiger's Fury or Lion's Grand Roar, and then kind of close out on the big orange lotus effect from her first awakening. And I feel like I have a very clear image and probably the key frames in mind. But like I mentioned before, right now my biggest issue is just finding a reliable way of the in-between frames. Like I have a good keyframe, I have a good picture in my mind of what the keyframe should be, but the interstitial frames, for lack of a better word, I guess the in-between, they're literally, I'm pretty sure they're actually called just in-between frames. I don't have a good picture for them just yet, so I need to kind of come up with a plan for that still. But all in good time, and with plenty of practice, I'm sure I'll get there soon enough. Let's go ahead and honor Scalding Vapor, Incandescent Aura, Killer Current. Honestly, I think we let go of Smoldering as great as it is. It actually did not top our damage chart. Poseidon Waves and Attack did the most. Chain Lightning was up there. We kind of had a nice balance of damage across the board. Usually in most of my runs, there's one that's just like 3 to 5 times stronger than everything else, but I guess not on this run. But I do think we need to honor, where is it? I know it's here somewhere. It was Zeus's Chain Lightning buff. There it is. Electric Overload. There we go. Good run. Good run. Not my strongest run, but if you didn't know any better, you would have thought it was.
Testament enacted.
The Will of Night is done. All right. Right, because we got our first clear on the aspect of Nyyyyyx.
Beyond lies the palace of Zeus, stronghold of the gods in all its awesome glory. But it is undergoing renovations at this time, so imagining those luxurious yet stately halls shall have to do for now.
Return to Shadow now.
Alrighty, another run complete. Let's do our house roundup and call it a night and possibly advance Hypnos' story a little bit.
On my side.
I'm still a little bit bummed that I accidentally forgot to talk to Moros while he was staring at his brother.
A satisfactory result that time, wouldn't you say?
As always, Phrynos. Well said.
Don't know how they managed to get Cerberus to sit still long enough for this.
That's a good point. Dog nip.
Everything's been good enough here lately, long as you can say the same.
You can always say that, Dora. Here, have a nectar.
I'm starting to get the feeling maybe I liked this stuff back when I had eyeballs and so on.
So if you don't have eyeballs now, what do you have? Just I don't know, eye circles? No, those are, yeah, I don't know, eye semicircles? I don't know.
Doesn't matter whether you liked it then. What matters is you like it now.
That's a fair point.
Vengeance.
I don't know, it's one of those weird crossroads, pardon the pun, but I always, it's kind of the thought I've had of just like, oh, hello, Witch of Changing. The daughter of the god of the dead shall take advantage of the various blessings offered by the witch Circe. Okay, so we've gotten all of Circe's blessings now. 300 bones.
Prophecy fulfilled. Welcome, Lord Charon.
So what I'm trying to say here, at least, is just...
I could make stronger dream vapors.
End to dearest slumber. Reach deep into the psyche of Hypnos to perhaps stir him from his dormant state. Grants 1 dream vapor. Mostly used for attempting to rouse Hypnos. In the rarest cases of indefinite slumber, only the mind of the subject holds the key to its awakening. Let's do this.
From sleep to waking dream and then beyond. So mote it be.
Or in other words, wakey wakey, eggs and bakey. I wonder who I have to use that on. Don't make it any more obvious for me, why don't you? 6 nectar from 1 recipe? Sure, I'll do that.
Come, Savor, unrivaled from heights of Olympus to depths of the sea. Headmistress, have you always been so fond of beasts? It seems you would do anything for each other.
I mean, Mel, you should understand now. Having a dog is a great thing. Having a dog and a cat, even better.
Beasts, saddled with such an uncharitable name. Beasts are far more trusting than most any mortal or immortal I have met.
Hecate really is your aesthetic, isn't she, Kiwi? Cool brooding witch 6-pack. Looks awesome. Witch. Awesome hat. Wants to just kind of hide from everything. And also dogs and cats. Also 6-pack.
They make it seem so simple, don't they? To fully trust.
Although, admittedly, I don't think the 6-pack is really the appeal to you. It's pretty much her garb. Her black and green. I mean, you like black and red. I think black and green is probably my favorite combo. I really do like black and red. Shout out to Shadow the Hedgehog and my childhood around that. But I think black and green is probably my favorite aesthetic just because it's so spooky themed for me.
One knows where she stands with beasts, whether she is loved by them or doomed to sate their hunger. Whether the gods were so dependable.
You can depend on a god every now and again.
Nevertheless, I feel as though I ought have been there, brother. Perhaps I could have protected them, as was my charge. To think the fates themselves may have denied me the attempt. It's discomforting that I may never know.
Man, Charon is so good at comforting his siblings. Good
I
guy.
have every reason to be angry.
Oh, never mind.
I'm angry too. Nonetheless, I'm grateful that our paths have intertwined again. Be safe, Charon.
Sorry, I mistook the grrr for comforting him not being mad. Forgive me. I'm not the best at translation here.
Why don't I ever see you in the training grounds anymore? You used to let all your aggression out over there, but now it's like you're saving it for me.
Don't flatter yourself. Saving it for Kronos. And the training grounds increasingly are custom fit for you, in case you haven't noticed. From that altar to the weapons display.
Not to mention the very talkative skeleton that Nemesis is likely not a big fan of.
I'm the only one who uses it.
Need my space.
Your little garden there has cheered this old place up a bit, Goddess. In trying times, such simple pleasures often first to fade, precisely when they're needed most.
I will never give up the opportunity to have a little bit of farming sim in any game.
Thank you, and pleased to hear it, great tactician. Though I'd not expected a mere flower patch to leave such an impression on someone like you.
Now that I think about it, every MMO has a fishing minigame, so does that make Hades 2 and Hades 1 an MMO?
Come now, all I do is pay attention to details. Victory comes to those whose hearts are predisposed. I mean, look at us. Our spirits are quite literally all we have. And now flowers.
Help keep an eye on them for me, would you?
Of course.
Flowers will keep the spirits high.
All grown up.
Especially if they're cat spirits and we're growing catnip, I suppose. More garlic.
A new crop.
And more poppy. Alright, Kiwi, moment of truth. Do we get to talk to Hypnos again? I'm curious to see where this takes us. Actually, wait, I can... Oh, okay, I was like, I can gift him? What? Alright, Mr. Hypnos. Brewed in the cauldron using the alchemy recipe End to Deepest Slumber. Brewed a second time in the cauldron using the stronger alchemy recipe End to Dearest Slumber. Looks like we have to do this one more time. A shame, but we're halfway there. We are halfway there. Similar to death, deep slumber is a state that has proved very resistant to remedy. Alright. Show us your most magnificent dreamscape, my friend.
All right, Lord Hypnos, let's give this a new attempt. We have to get you out of there. But first, breathe deep. The same dream as before. He's truly stuck.
I love that motif. It's just grown on me so much.
Let's see if this works.
I'm actually a little disappointed that there's been no change here. Also, just noticing there is one shade in red. I wonder if this is the good shade in his stream, maybe. Just a minor little attention to detail. Is there anything else here that I can notice? Oh, wait, okay, yeah. So, see this little wall motif over here? Now pay attention to this wall motif. It's upside down. Hypnos, what are you doing? I still love the cardboard cutouts the most of all. It's so funny. I love what they did here. All right, Hypnos. Okay, can I...
Welcome to Thanks for dying. I have something for you here. One moment, please.
Okay, we are totally inceptioning this guy. All right, next tier. Let's do it.
Die again. If you are dreaming even here, then I must ask if I could see into your psyche deeper still, Lord Hypnos. Whether you let me in is up to you. But once again, breathe deep.
We're literally just having inception.
What? This is quite comfortable, really.
Okay, giant mole with a sleep mask. Giant teddy bear. I think this is the thing that that Hypnos has been sleeping with in his portrait. Or the disco ball is from Dionysus, but wasn't there was one in Zagreus' room, so I wonder if this is a weird Zagreus room memory. I like the little music box. Oh, it is Zagreus' room. Look at his little fiery feet. Oh my goodness, this is ridiculous. Oh, Hypnos, you're just a joy.
All these things.
Oh hey, okay, you know what? There's Batty, so maybe am I misremembering? I don't think this was one of the chthonic familiars, but I could be mistaken. But yeah, this is just the Hades theme with a little music box aesthetic.
Oh no, he's still asleep.
Okay. Oh, I was right. I was like, is that, I could only see this and I'm like, is that supposed to be Theseus? It's absolutely supposed to be Theseus. Look at this little Minotaur plush. Oh my gosh, this is delightful. Oh, you know what? This is the keepsake, this is the chthonic familiar from, I think, Boldy and Sisyphus, right? Morty, I think his name was Mort. Why do I remember this? Why do I remember this? I remember Batty because it was one of the best ones from Meg. Is that supposed to, that might be Dusa over there. I'm not convinced. It's no, I think it's just a crystal ball, but okay, I'm having a great time here, Kiwi. I love the little details here. Oh, hey, are we gonna go into the Mario portrait of Hypnos? What's this?
There is no escape. Lord Hypnos? Lord Hypnos, can you hear me? Answer me. Anything? A twitch of the eye? Oh, come on, please.
Don't worry, Mel, I know what you have to do here. One good triple dump with a dive into that portrait, and you'll go to the third and final level where you unlock the final Bowser, get the key, and then unlock Hypnos and save the princess.
Oh, can't. I'm sleeping. He's dreaming about sleeping? Or about dreaming? This is beyond me still. How far has he descended? Good old Thanatos. Busy all time.
Got it. We've got to run the aspect of Thanatos. Understood.
His brother Thanatos. Oh, blast. The dream's collapsing again. No.
Almost.
Got farther that time, but how many dreams are you having? But if you're dreaming of death, perhaps.
Do I need to die? I hope not.
Well, for now, my lord.
I hope that doesn't mean we have to die, because I know we aren't keeping track of our win streak, but I don't enjoy losing runs. It just feels kind of lame, unless I've had a really funny run and it's worth for the gimmick.
It's good to see you all again.
The underworld shall never be taken again, princess. Dying wish to keep fighting. All right, Kiwi, let's go say goodnight to Skelly and call it an episode. One final thought, though, because I started talking about it and then I kind of lost track, but I'll probably make it a point in the next video if I remember to do so. All right. Thank you so much, Skelly. We haven't done an aspect of Mel in a while. Let's do that. Attacks and specials deal more damage from striking from behind.
There's more to this aspect.
Responsibility is earned.
I'll figure out who I'm running later, but what I wanted to say was kind of just the notion of the nostalgia for how things were, but the importance of enjoying things in the moment, regardless of what your nostalgia for something was. And it's a complicated feeling because you have memories about how something is and how you enjoy it, and those should be part of the experience because it lets you share things and re-experience things and maybe have a different take and perspective on it. But it can also be harmful, and it's really important to recognize that sometimes your opinions can shift, and that's okay. Something you enjoyed in the past may not be something you enjoy now, and we grow up, we move on, we find our interests shift, and that's okay. But it is always something that I think is important to recognize is no matter how much you enjoyed something in the past, it's better to enjoy it now when you have it in the present than looking on it with nostalgia and kind of having that skew your enjoyment one way or the other in the present.
Welcome to your new abode. He's safe and sound.
And that's Jeff's TED Talk on philosophy for the day. Let's say goodnight to Skelly.
You dare go easy on me, I shall never forgive you.
I would never dare to do something so heinous against our magnificent skeleton friend. Anyway, Kiwi, I hope you've enjoyed watching, and if you're awake, I hope this is helping you fall asleep. If you're sleeping, I hope you're sleeping well and you slept through my weird philosophy lesson, because I don't know what I'm on about. But we did get to say hi to Hypnos level 2. With all that said, though, I love you, Kiwi.
Some real target practice.
And I will see you in the next one for some more Hades 2.
That did the trick.